All right, I think we're going. Again, I'm actually learning a little bit. I'm putting my face right where I should be looking when I start these things, so at least I'm looking where I should be right from the start. So that's working out okay. So yeah, today, uh, again, didn't do any of this stuff over the weekend. I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I like having weekends just sort of there for other projects and just sort of chilling. I can practice during the week, make it feel more like a work-like routine. So I think I'm still thinking. Uh, Probably just the Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. I think that works out okay. Wednesday's a bit rough to get get time to do anything outside of work and rehearsal and food. So, uh, yeah, I think we'll stick with that. It sounds okay. About meetings, I don't know why. What do you mean? I don't know why. Probably because I had some not great meetings today for work. So I don't know. I feel like meetings and again, this is coming from like a developer perspective and a development manager perspective. Uh, I like I like it when a meeting like has a clear purpose and you have a clear goal, and you don't spend more time than is necessary on that meeting. And I don't think some of the ones I had today are particularly good, or did particularly good in any of that. Uh, so yeah, uh, things to think about when going into it instead of just complaining. Because I can complain about how things went wrong. Maybe I could do a little bit of both. Or do a little bit of both. Let's try it. Uh, have an agenda. Just have an agenda. It doesn't have to be crazy complex or need to like hit all the points that you want to cover or anticipate every turn the meeting could make. But have an idea about what you want to say, what you're trying to do. Uh, if it's just like three bullet points, sure. As long as it could just be one bullet point if you want it to be kind of an open forum, but have that bullet point be very well defined in how what you're wanting to cover. Go in there with a plan, basically. Don't go in there and hope that somebody else is going to come up with the plan as you go. Uh, was one of the things that just did not happen today. Get a meeting planner, nothing in it. Nothing. Just go there and it's just hopefully somebody makes it better. Kind of along the same lines as having an agenda is make sure you have a purpose. Know why you're having it. Don't just know what it is you're going to do, what you want to cover, the points you want to hit. Understand at the just the core of what you're wanting to get. Why are we here? Why are we meeting like this? Because at that point you have to realize that this is something that if it's something that was so simple you could get it asynchronously in like an email or an IM or like Slack somebody or like just direct message somebody, like those you want to solve that way. Or if something's not like we need to get people into a room at the point where you're having a meeting, you're committed to the idea that I needed people in here to hear this all at once, and I would like their feedback in some kind of synchronicity. Understand why you pulled people together and make sure they know what your goal is. And just start off with it. Especially important for those kinds of one bullet kind of like just powwows, discussions. You want people to know the goal if it's just one thing, so that everything that you're talking about as a part of that discussion topic or that open forum feeds that reasoning. You don't want to go in there without a purpose. It's awkward. You could have a bunch of bullet points and not know what you were trying to accomplish. They're not something that happened to me today, but something that has happened to me in the past. It's like, oh, this looks like we have a lot of stuff to talk about. And it's like there was no meaning behind it all. Like that stuff can kind of happen. What's one more thing? A list of three is usually pretty good. So maybe let's try and find a third one. So go in with an agenda. Have a reason. Make sure the people who you are inviting know everything they need to know going into the discussion. One of the meetings I had today was a sort of a support call. We were helping another company, one of our customers, figure out a problem that they're experiencing on their end. It might be something on our side. It could be something on their side. We don't know. We legitimately needed to get together to talk about it. And for that, the purpose was in place. The two things that were wrong here were there was no agenda. We didn't know what we were going to talk about, just knowing that there was a problem. That's the reason. That's okay. One out of three here. I say 1 out of 3 because the other one was everybody who was invited had no material whatsoever to get us started. So we got there, and the first question is, so should we recap everything? I don't know if everyone's up to speed here. And silence. Because somebody has to admit that they didn't fill everybody in before having this meeting. At which point I'm just like, I think that'd be great. How about you walk us through what you're seeing and the behavior on your side? We'll check that against the behavior and what we're seeing on our side, and we'll work from there. And like, I don't know if it's just like the person who we're working with on the other side was just like, oh, thank you. It was like relieving that somebody even thought to put the meeting into some sort of perspective like that. So I imagine just whoever was working with them going up to that point was just not connecting any dots or making it easier in any way for them to continue with the conversation. So yeah, meetings. They can do great things. I'm planning on having a good number of them going into the end of the year for some projects we're working on going into next year. So I find value in them. I feel like in some cases they're the right answer, knowing that when they are the right answer, you know why. You go in there with a plan, and you make sure your attendees are informed and ready to have a conversation. Those are key. If you could do those things, you'll probably have a good meeting. If not like a good time, then at least a good meeting. Sometimes meetings with all the information you need are just not fun meetings to have. But I digress. Anyway, I think that's probably enough of a little bit of a rant, a little listicle about things you can do for better meetings. If anybody does come across this, I hope it helps. If not, at least maybe it was a little entertaining. Watch me kind of be like, yeah, meetings. Anyway, further digression. I think we'll call it that. So that's just chatting for today. And yeah, see ya.